Hi, second graders. Today we are looking at page 242, and the math boxes again today are review for you. So I would hope that you can begin work on this, do the page, and then come back if you want to check your answers, or come back if you need a little bit of coaching. So the first problem, math box 1, we need to write less than, greater than, or equal to in the space between the two problems. So they start with 1,292 plus 10. And then we need to know, is it less than, greater than, or equal to 1,285 plus 15? So you go ahead and do that. What I like to do is I do like to figure out the answer. In this case, it would be the sum, and write it above. So I know 10 more would not be 292, but it would bring us up to 302. So I would write that answer up above. So you could take your pencil and just write it up above, and then you have it written down, so you don't have to try to remember what it is after you've calculated the other side. So you go ahead and do that. Work ahead through this page, pause, and then come back. All right, I'm going to continue on here. 85 and 15, 1,285 plus 15. Well, I know that if I'm going to just bring that 15 right here for a minute. And I know that this would be 90 and 10 more. That would bring me up to another 100. So my answer is 1,300. If I'm at 85, 10 more would be 95, and 5 more would bring me up to 300, 1,300. So in this case, the first sum is greater than the second sum. For the second problem, I don't know if you actually finished both sides or not. When I looked at that problem, I said, I can do this in my head. 3,791 plus 7, that is 3,790. You have a 7 and a 1, 8. I can see that this is already larger than 3,798, and I'm adding even more. I'm adding 7 more to that. So I already know that that side is going to be greater. So 3,791 plus 7 is less than 3,799 plus 7. Moving on to the bottom problem for math box 1, if 5,020 plus 100, if you just add 100 more, you're going to change that hundreds place to 5,120. And again, I see that this number is already greater than the other side. 25 and 25 would be 50. This is going to be 5,150. That's definitely greater. So then our first sum is less than the second sum. Moving on, we need to fill in the blanks to estimate the total cost. Remember, you're going to round, and I'm going to round to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to round this to $2.40. Now you go ahead and complete your rounding, and I'm leaving off my dollar sign just to make our numbers a little more visible for you. If I add another how much, put your decimal place, 39 rounds to 40 cents. 40 cents and 40 cents is that would be 80 cents. So this is going to be close to $2.80. Again, you put your dollar sign though in your answer. For the second one, round 88 cents, round 67 cents. Add them together and write your answer. Again, pause if you need to. I'm going to round 88 cents as closest to, this is what I'd write on the blank, 90 cents. Plus 67 cents is close to 70 cents. 9 and 7 is 16. So 160 if I had 90 and 70, and that would be $1.60. 100 cents makes a dollar, so I'm at $1.60. Number 3, arrange the numbers in order. Find the median. Remember, what is the median? Tell somebody at your house. That's right, the median is the middle number. So we have to put those numbers in order. Again, I always put them in order from least to greatest. 56, 81, 98, 143, and 172. Then find the middle number. Take the big and the small. Your middle number is 98. The median is 98. Number 4, show 55 degrees. So I'm not going to draw this in the book because I don't want to waste a math journal page. But if you look at how it's divided between 40 and 50, it's divided, real small little lines are 1 degree, but each of these larger lines in between is 2 degrees. So count up to find 55. So if here's 50, 52, 54, if this is 56, then 55 is going to be this little line right in the middle, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Number 5, we need to complete the clock question. I'll make sure that this is here. So if we have a clock, and if you're drawing this, here's the easy way to do it. Put your 12 o'clock at the top and your 6 at the bottom. Put your 3 on the right, your 9 on the left, and then it's pretty easy to space your numbers in between those. There you go. So you can make your own clock that way. But if it is 6:15 right now, draw the hour and the minute hand to show the time 15 minutes later. Well, I know that 15 minutes is when I get to the 3 because we always count by 5s for our minutes. 5, 10, 15. This would be 15 minutes. If I move the hand 15 minutes later, I'm going to have to move that long minute hand 15 more minutes. So let's count. 5, 10, 15. So my long minute hand is going to have to point down to the 6. If I am at 6:15 and I now go to 6, what would that be? 6:30. If this is 15, 20, 25, 30, that means my hour hand is going to be between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock because my hour is half over. So my hour hand is going to go between the 7 and the 6. I'm going to get a blue to draw that in, or an aqua here. And if you remember in school, so that I could tell where you were drawing, I had you draw a dotted line showing me where you wanted that line to end up, right between the 6 and 7. That showed me that you knew exactly where it went if you had a little trouble with the pencil control. Sometimes it's hard to see where that hand is actually pointing for you. So your hands would look like that. The short hour hand between the 6 and the 7, and the long minute hand would be down at the 6. And what time are we showing? We are showing 6:30. 6:30. Number 6 says use counters to solve. 35 blocks are shared equally among 3 children. How many blocks does each child get? So I have my marbles for my counters again. How many will each child get? 35 blocks. We're going to share them between 3 children. So I'm going to bring all of my marbles down to the bottom. Now you could draw this as an array too. You could draw it on a piece of scratch paper or something, but today I'm going to use the marbles. I'm going to actually use the counters to solve this. And here's going to be for child 1. Here's a row for child 2 and a row for child 3. Child 1 can have another one. I have enough to go around again, no problem. And I can go around again. I'm going to keep going. Now you go ahead and do this with your counters, draw an array, whatever you need to do. And you can come back when you are ready. Looks like I should have gone the other way with my tray. I'm going to need to stick another one in the middle here because I can go around a lot of times. Okay. One there, one to child 2 and one to child 3. And I have these left over. Do I have enough to go around again? I don't. So how many would each child get? Now they're saying blocks. I'm using marbles because that's what I had for counters. Count up how many would each kid get. Child 1, child 2, child 3. 1, 2. Yeah, they would each get 11 blocks. And how many blocks are left over? 2 blocks. So each child can get 11 blocks and 2 blocks would be left over. Thank you for watching.